Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, depending on where you're watching from in Africa, in Europe, wherever you're watching from. Big shout out to you for turning up for this type of content, standing up for the truth. Before we start the content itself, let's watch this video. And before I'll be adding my commentary, you understand where it is coming from. Let's check it out, gentlemen.
Problems arise where people think others are coming to take their jobs. I saw a clip of some old and rugged white middle-aged men in the UK claiming that Africans were taking up their jobs. And the reporter asked him, particularly, what job do you do and what job would they have taken away from you? He was a jobless, skillless human being, but who was out in the streets protesting that some job of his has been taken. He has no skill to offer, nothing. And these people that he's criticizing and besmirching are people who have come to bring skills which are needed in that economy. So migration is always informed by some of these exigencies, and we encourage. We need a lot of skills across. We have developed skills in mining in Botswana, extraction. We believe that those skills are exportable. And so our people will migrate, will come to Zimbabwe because there are mining houses and opportunities here, and they should be free to do that.
The situation has escalated for the following reports that Botswana has taken drastic measures, including cutting electricity supply to parts of South Africa. The development, if sustained, could worsen South Africa's existing energy challenges and strain the long-standing relationship between the two countries. There are also indications that Botswana has moved to tighten or close its borders while urging its citizens in South Africa to return home amid safety concerns. These actions mark a significant shift, turning what has largely been viewed as a domestic issues within South Africa into a broader regional concern. In recent weeks, there has been a resurgence of xenophobic violence in parts of South Africa, with migrants from several African countries, including Zimbabwe, Mozambique, Nigeria, and Botswana, reportedly affected. President Boko's response reflects a more assertive stance, positioning him as a leader willing to confront regional issues directly. Since taking office, he has been associated with calls for stronger African cooperation and the protection of citizens beyond national borders. His latest comments and actions, however, are likely to generate mixed reactions, while some observers see his approach as a necessary defense of his country's citizens and a stand for African dignity.
I think the issue here this brother is reporting here is most South Africans don't even understand how South Africa works, right? Most South Africans, especially the dumb ones, those that are not educators that are leading these demonstrations, let's be honest, let's call a spade a spade. This Jacinta of a girl, if you pay attention, if you are not a South African that believe in whatever that she's saying, if you are a foreign national from any part of the world, debate with me that this girl is intelligent. See, she is saying that South Africa has become the standard for all Africans, has become the hub for all Africans to run to, right? She don't even understand that South Africans depend on so many countries for so many things, for transport, for electricity, so many things. And she come out to make these type of statements because a person that is intelligent, a person that is well learned, who understand some of these things, and will not come out to make these type of claims. I've really listened to South Africans that are very intelligent that kind of talk about these kind of situations a lot in this time, right? What is currently going on. People are discussing it. There are South Africans that I really pay good attention to, right? They are sick and tired of Africa. I mean foreigners, right? But when they make analysis, they make you understand that South Africa is not able to function without the rest of Africa. And like I told you, it is something that is politically motivated to isolate South Africa from the whole Africa so that they can punish them. You guys will see this movie play out. I said this in one of my videos and I've repeated it again. South Africa, those people that are leading the front lines of these xenophobic attacks, they are being funded by some groups that want to punish South Africa. So they are funding them to do these demonstrations so that they'll get all these African countries as enemies. So in case they are facing whatever they have to give to them, then no African country will want to stand up for them. Let's listen to what Jacinta have to say. That tells you whether or not this lady is that much intelligent or not. Let's check it out.
African countries are comfortable with being failures, majority of them, of course not all of them. There are very few African countries that can really stand for what is right and stand for their people. South Africa, luckily, is a country with human rights and has emphasized the importance of protecting the human rights of all. And I think that's why we've become a hub for people wanting to be protected from their own governments. Unfortunately, it's not a fair position to put a country in, because South Africa is a country, like I said before, that has to take care of its own people. South Africa has a responsibility to the people who vote for the country. South Africa even has a responsibility to the taxpayers of this country. And it's ridiculous to expect that South Africans must absorb every single problem from every single African country. I mean, there's other African countries that are doing well. Let's look at Egypt, Morocco, they're doing well. Ethiopia and Somalia are much closer to Morocco and Egypt, but they never lean towards that area. And I mean, they have a common thing. They've also, all of them identified themselves as more Arabs than they are African. So it leaves you with the question, why are the Arab countries not naturally migrating to the Arab affiliated countries? Why is everyone trying to come into this small country? And there's only one answer to that: it's our laws. And our laws have allowed us to become victims of even the worst kind of criminals. I mean, we sat in a meeting with the Department of Home Affairs, who told us that someone who is caught in Botswana or runs away from Botswana, comes to South Africa and looks for refugee or asylum seeker status, but they're running away from the death penalty in Botswana, cannot be taken back to Botswana by law in this country, even if they committed all of those crimes. So we asked, okay, what's the next best thing that you do with the person like that? Because naturally, we don't want them in our community either. And the Department of Home Affairs says that no, there's nothing that they can do, because this person was not prosecuted in South Africa. They were prosecuted in Botswana, but now they're facing the death penalty, so we cannot take them back to be prosecuted in their own country, regardless of whether or not this person is the worst kind of criminal, a cannibal at worst. We can't do anything about it.
I think I disagree with her in, I think, 70% of the things she said, but I'll agree with her for, let's say, probably maybe 20%, and 10% is debatable, right? For you to say South Africa has become a place that is to solve all Africans' problems. I'm an African, I'm a Ghanaian. I've never stepped my foot in South Africa. And if I'll step my foot in South Africa, I'm going to be contributing to your economy than me taking away from it. If I'm coming there, I'm getting for probably vacation or something like that. I'm a hustler. I hustle for my share. And pretty much I appreciate South Africans that are, I mean, watching my content and liking it and sharing the support and all that. I pretty much appreciate you, because I believe in one African thing. But you see, I made a video and I was talking about Africa cannot unite because of the simple fact that South Africa kind of think that they are unique in Africa. So if someone will benefit from whatever they've built, but like it or not, South Africa got nothing, especially when it comes to the black people. They are the poorest on this planet. Let's be honest. Statistically, black South Africans are the poorest on this African globe. But because the white neighborhood and all that is able to cover South Africa, people get the image of South Africa being the white neighborhood and all that. I've not been there, but I have a couple of friends that live there, and I've kind of seen they call me on video calls and all that, and I've seen. I mean, come on, guys, stop all this bullshit of bragging. I don't think you are really what you're preaching to be. You are using this white stuff to just cover up South Africa and all that, and I don't think there is any African country that is looking forward to South Africa to kind of solve their problem or something like that. Africa as a continent, we work hand in hand. Ghana, we don't depend on any country for our major survival, our basic needs. Electricity, we don't depend on nobody, right? Food, no country, right? I mean, so many things that Ghanaians just self-sustain ourselves. Oil, we produce oil, gold, all these things, everything you can think of. So always making South Africa kind of look like they are the map, or they are the real kind of giant when it comes to Africa. I know that you guys have done well, especially given the fact that you get to the white neighborhoods, Cape Town and all that, you realize that fantastic looking, the skyscrapers and all that. I mean, it's fantastic, right? But let's not kind of make it look like all the African countries that, I mean, come to Ghana. I'm a Ghanaian. I live in Ghana. very comfortable, right? And probably what I make a month, you probably not even making it in South Africa. You have to understand that. See, for your currency to be strong, your country have to be doing well for your currency to be strong. Ghana is having one of the strongest currencies. But the level of disrespect this lady kind of dash out to Africans in general is disheartening, man. I'm not going to shit on South Africa. No, I know some of you are just following these things blindly. I know, and I'm so sorry. I mean, if I speak to offend some of you, forgive me. But the reality is, when you have people like this that are speaking, that are being funded, because per my understanding and per what I kind of think of it, I'm not saying it's concrete, but I see this to be funded. And like I said, this movie will play out. They want to isolate South Africa, and they are making them create their own enemies by going after the blacks. Why are they not targeting the white people? The white, let's have a video of a brother questioning one South African female about, white and black situation. Let's check it out, gentlemen.
I can show you this moment 10 videos of you blacks hunting down other black human beings and beating them in the streets for no reason other than they are immigrants. Now, hold on. Can you show me 10 videos of you guys hunting down whites and beating them in the streets?
Just one.
Could you do that?
What you're saying, this is the conversation we have amongst each other as Black South Africans.
I'm asking you a simple question, madam. I'm not asking you to give me all this unrelated stuff. I'm telling you, I can find 10 videos right this moment of you blacks hunting down Africans in South Africa who are not from your country, according to you, and beating them in the streets. Can you show me 10 videos of you guys doing that to whites? Yes or no?
No, not in recent news.
This brother is a YouTuber, and I don't know, I think he has so many professions that he kind of do. He's rich, he's doing well in America, right? He's an American, black American, and he believes in the solidarity of Africa. He believes in the unity of Africa. So when he talks about Africans, he speaks about Africa with some sort of passion. I've watched a couple of videos about him, and I've been watching him. It was not always about this type of content. It was always about relationship first before I even discovered that he even speaks about Africa and all that, right? So he gotta speak about Africa with so much passion, and he believes, like I said, in the unity of Africa. And one thing you have to understand here is this: for our black Americans to be safe, right, they have to have a united Africa that can always back them, that can always stand up for them. The reason why they're facing whatever they're facing, whatever tragic things they are facing in America, is the fact that they don't have any country from Africa that is backing them. Like it or not, they're all Africans. Whether you say, yeah, black America, we don't have no shit like black America. You are black American because you live in there, but your DNA, you are African. So the reason why you guys are struggling and going through whatever you're going through in America is the fact that Africa is not united to stand behind you. See, let's use reparation for instance. Black Americans has been fighting for reparation for quite some years now. Ghana stood up for it within 1 year. It was able to be successful. But had it not been that, an African country is backing whatever you have, I mean, it's not going to work. So a proud black American that is there, that is very intelligent, always believe in Africans coming together or Africans being strong so that they can always voice out for them. They can always look after them. Africans in the diaspora and all that. Guys, catch you in the next episode. And if you enjoy this type of content about Africa, you know what to do. You like the video, share it with your friends. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Stay tuned. Turn on post notification bell because you must believe that your boy will be dropping more and more of content. I'm struggling from cool right now, but I gotta do content on a daily basis to help. I mean, we have to have some service to the society that we live in. And I think speaking light to some of these things is the best thing that we can do to help. Catch you in the next episode. My name is Chama Jara. I'm out here.